Hey, guys, welcome back and happy Wednesday. So just when I thought the Porsha news was done today, well, it is not. Real Housewives of Atlanta, Porsha Williams says R. Kelly instructed her to undress during an encounter and claims she heard women being beat in his home. Yeah, that's what we're here to talk about today. We have all the details on that and more. But before we jump in, guys, don't forget we are going live at 4:30 p.m. Eastern to talk Vanderpump Rules with Jason on Down with Jason. And then also, don't forget to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. With that, now let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so it looks like Porsha Williams is looking back on a number of frightening experiences that she had with R&B singer R. Kelly. Months after the musician was found guilty of sex trafficking and racketeering, the former Real Housewives of Atlanta cast member is sharing why she felt it was necessary that she share her personal story with investigators. Well, she opened up about this with People magazine, and she said, "I realized it was my opportunity to help anyone who's been hurt by him. There had been so many other instances where I had been abused by men that my mentality at the time was of an abused person and that it was okay for me to be treated like that." According to Porsha, who is currently engaged to Simon Gobadia, the former husband of her ex-cast member, Fallon Gobadia, just saying, she met a friend of R. Kelly's in 2007 when she was 25 years old, and because she was contemplating a music career at the time, she ultimately made her way to Chicago for a meeting with the singer. However, while she expected to discuss a possible collaboration with him at a recording studio, she was taken to his home and later to his bedroom. After Porsha spent hours alone in R. Kelly's bedroom, the musician arrived and instructed her to remove her clothing. What? She said in her memoir, "I've already put myself in this position." And then she said, "This is what you're supposed to do. You have to. There's no turning back." Well, following their initial encounter, Porsha and R. Kelly saw one another twice, and during their interaction, she witnessed several other women staying in his home. She also heard a scary encounter between one of these women and an unnamed person that caused her to never return. After waking up to the sound of a woman being beat in a nearby room, Porsha, who was just 25 at the time, decided to keep R. Kelly's secret for years. She said, "It's not something you want to tell your mom because your mom is a very strong woman and she did her very best in raising me. And I think it's for any woman or man who's been in an abusive situation, you don't want to tell your parents because you don't want them to think that they had let you down in any way. I don't want her to think that she had done anything wrong, and so I took it upon myself." She didn't share it. She said, "But I was glad when I did." She was glad when I told her and that we were able to talk about it. And then she continued with, "She told me some of her experiences, and we just talked about how this should be told so other women don't have to go through it." Now, mind you, in this whole situation with Porsha, we have never heard this before. She came out with this in her memoir, and there is going to be, once I read it, I looked up on Twitter to see what people were saying, and some people were going in on Porsha and they feel like she's writing this out because it's attached to R. Kelly's name, which I don't think is fair at all. I think if she's sharing with us her experience, we don't know Porsha to be a liar, so why would we discredit that experience? Sometimes when I read Twitter or whatever else, Jason always tells me to stay off of it because I read it and I see the negative comments and my mind is just blown. Like, how are you going to try to sit here and take this experience and rob somebody of it and say that this didn't happen? That doesn't make any sense to me. So at the end of the day, if Porsha's sharing this and saying that she heard women being beaten, she was in the room, she committed, she knew, okay, I'm in here, I've come too far. If she's giving us all of these details, why would we discredit the rest of them? Does not make sense. Okay, well, I did just talk about another part of this interview with People magazine that Porsha revealed, talking about the fact that when she was a child, she had life-taking thoughts. That was a terrible thing to cover, but we did cover it. So if you guys haven't, make sure you check out that video just so you can get a better understanding. Had I have known this was going to come out, I wouldn't have done them in two separate videos. I would have just put them in one video and put it back to back. But with that, guys, I'm so curious what your thoughts are. How do you feel about Porsha opening up about this R. Kelly situation? And what are your thoughts on the R. Kelly situation in general? Don't forget that there is a documentary out where we can listen to the victims and what they have to say this has been one hell of an ongoing, I mean, the trial to the point of the verdict, this has been just a mess. The whole thing, trying to cover it, has been hard. And I just wouldn't wish this. And I say it all the time, and I'm especially going to say it in this case. I would not wish this on my worst enemy. All right. Well, with that, we're going live tonight at 4:30 p.m. Eastern to talk Vanderpump Rules on Jason's channel, Down with Jason. And I know a lot of you haven't been watching Vanderpump Rules because I've seen the ratings and I see that the ratings are low for season 9. But Jason and I have a hunch, and we have a hunch that there's something going on behind the scenes. They know that Vanderpump Rules is phasing out. They know that most reality shows have an 8 to 11 year shelf life. So if it's phasing out, what is the next step? How do they keep these people relevant? And I think I know exactly what they're doing, and so does Jason. So we're going to talk about that as well. There's a lot to unpack here. And don't also forget that we won't be back tonight for Hot Messy Topics at 6 p.m. Eastern, only because we have Jason's mom in town. We have family in town, so we're going to do family things. So I'm sorry, but we will pick that back up tomorrow. Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. And don't forget to hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. With that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.